5, 4.
Yeah, go ahead. You do it.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the third edition of Inside the Headset. We're moving into Game 3, Week 2, and I'm with head coach Philip Shadowens. Last week, you played Pearl Cone and the Firebirds. Put that one in the books. And so since then, what have you been doing?
Working, practicing, getting ready for first region game, which of course is Siegel, and had a great week of practice. Kids worked hard and got better, and we're excited about tomorrow night.
Talk a little bit about Siegel. Pearl Cone is in the books, but let's talk a little bit about Siegel and moving into the district play. What can we expect out of them?
They're no huddle. Try to run a pretty high-tempo offense. Done a lot of scoring of points, taking advantage of a lot of turnovers. Franklin and Lincoln County both turned the ball over numerous times and gave them short fields. And they capitalized on that and got ahead early. Against Franklin, they held on to win at the end, and then against Lincoln County, they won 33-20. So, high-powered offense. Try to keep you off guard with all the motions and all the no huddle stuff they do. But they've played solid football the last 2 weeks.
Did they control the ball those first two games as far as offense and keep the ball in their hands, or did they? How did they do it?
At times they controlled the ball, but they scored quick at times. Had some big plays, and then of course they got short fields after turnovers.
Right.
Both weeks they had short fields after turnovers. So, bottom line is that we have to be physical defensively and offensively, because that's what we do on offense, and we have to control the line of scrimmage. And if we do that, we'll win the football game.
Special teams. What can we expect out of Siegel Stars?
Solid. I mean, they've been a solid special teams. They don't have a kicker that kicks it in the end zone, so they'll kick the ball short and probably high to us, I'm sure, keeping it away from Octavius. And they've been solid in their kicking game. Hadn't seen anything spectacular, kind of like our kicking game. Just been solid. And of course, if you make a play in the special teams, a lot of times that determines who wins the football game. So certainly we're looking to win that part of the game tomorrow night, and I'm sure they're trying to do the same. But we feel good about that part of our football team.
Shifting gears and moving more into a tradition topic, as we start into this is your third year here, and you're starting to build the bricks and mortar of what tradition is all about, and winning and keeping that going and everything. And how well is that going with you as far as the kids, as you gradually move through the years? You had the first team, then last year's team, and it's a different set of kids, but you keep the tradition reign going, you get different captains and different personnel, and just kind of expand a little bit upon that.
I think the biggest thing is expecting to win, and our kids certainly expect to win. They know what hard work is, and they work extremely hard, not only in the weight room with me, but on their own. They work extremely hard. We have a very dedicated group of kids, the most dedicated group I've ever been around in my entire 22 years in coaching high school football. And because of that, they're successful. We've been blessed in the 2+ years we've been here. We're 23-4. Our kids don't expect to ever lose, and I like it that way. And so, it's not about anything I've done or our coaches have done. It's about what the kids have done. They've just worked so hard and been so dedicated to be successful that, losing's not really an option at this point.
Well, Coach, don't take away that, because anybody can be a communicator. It's just whether or not you are communicating and getting through to those kids, and it seems like they're listening to you and they're taking advantage of the advice you give them and the leadership and the guidance, and somehow or another putting that to use. And that kind of translates into the next subject, and that is, you were talking a little bit about them not being settled down, and it's not having fun. And I think we got a little of that straightened out at Pearl Cone, and they were a very physical, big bunch, like you said, and they had some athletes on the other side of the ball. Talk a little bit about that.
Our kids have cut loose. They've got, I think it was the nerves to start the year and knowing all the work they put in and how bad they wanted to be successful. But certainly they cut loose last week and had fun. I saw even more progress this week in practice, just being able to have fun, getting after it and getting better. And some of that's just learning because they hadn't been in those situations before. Because we had a lot of kids that hadn't played much on Friday night. They're playing now. And I think there's a comfort level now with our kids as far as what to expect, and they've been able to cut loose and have fun and see a lot of smiles and a lot of kids playing and practicing hard. And because of that, we'll win a lot of football games. And we have good players here, but more importantly than that, we have really good kids here, and they're going to do everything we ask them to do. They're going to try to do it to the best of their ability, and they're going to do it playing really, really hard. And when you do that, you win a lot of games. And I don't think there's a big secret to success, or I don't think there's some big key. I think it's really, really simple, and that's play really hard, have fun, cut loose, hold nothing back, and you win football games. And that's what our kids I thought did better last Friday, and I expect even better this Friday or tomorrow night against Siegel.
We sure saw it on the Pearl Cone game, and you had a fantastic crowd in the first 2 nights at home. And we have several games here at home, and we want to keep that rolling, and the fans coming out. Injury-wise, how are we looking?
Not bad. Quindale Cousins, one of our guys who's been playing some strong safety, has banged up his knee, and he's having an MRI today, so he's iffy for tomorrow night. But other than that, I think injury-wise we're pretty good, and he hurt his knee trying to catch a ball in practice, just one of those funny deals where he landed funny, I guess. But other than that, I can't think of any major injuries that we have. We've had some, bangs and bruises that you get in football, but nothing that's been catastrophic, obviously, and so we've been pretty fortunate. We'll have a bunch of guys with helmets on tomorrow night ready to play.
Sounds good. Anything else you'd like to add to the show, or anything?
No, not really. It's going to be a fun night tomorrow night. Siegel feels good about themselves. They're 2-0, and they've had two good football games. They won exciting games, and so they feel really good about themselves. Believe it or not, we're 2-0, and I think people kind of act like we're 0-2 right now. I ain't figured that out yet, but we're 2-0.
Yeah.
And certainly what we expected to be, and where we're expected to be at this point. And tomorrow night, one of us is going to be 3-0, and I certainly expect it to be Blackman High School.
Well, I think that's enough said. Let's all gather up. We'll travel about 15 minutes right across town. We'll go to Siegel Stars. I think it's Freedom Field.
I couldn't tell you.
Could be. This goes going to be Siegel
I
Stars.
think it's 100 yards long.
100 yards long, what, about 50 wide?
About 50 wide, a little bit more than 50.
Got 2 goalposts on each end?
Probably does.
We've got a place to sit tomorrow night, and I'll be at the top. 7:30 tomorrow night, little district action, 7 AAA. We'll watch the Blaze as they get into action. Y'all be there.